Today we will use distributive property to multiply mixed numbers. All right, in the last video we multiplied mixed numbers and we changed the mixed numbers to improper fractions and then just multiplied the numerator and the denominators and simplified when we had to. Here in this video we're going to use distributive property to multiply mixed numbers because you can use many strategies to multiply mixed numbers. So for the first problem, it has 4 2/5 times 10. And we want to use distributive property. So we'll take the first factor and decompose it. All right. You can do 4 plus 2/5 times the second factor. Okay. You can decompose 4 2/5, the first factor, and multiply it by the second factor, which is 10. So 4 times 10 is 40. Okay. And we can multiply 2/5 times 10. 2 times 10 is 20. And 5 times 1 is 5. Simplify 20/5 is equivalent to 4. So we want to add 40 plus 4, we get 44. So 4 2/5 times 10 using distributive property gives us 44. Now, notice I decomposed the first factor. All right, you can also keep the first factor and decompose the second factor. So 5 plus 5 give me 10. So I want to keep the first factor and just decompose the second factor, which 5 plus 5 give me 10. All right. If you do it this way, it's best like the first video we did, change the mixed number to an improper fraction. So 5 times 4 is 20. 20 plus 2 is 22. And of course, the denominator stays the same. I multiply by 5. Same here. 5 times 4 is 20. And 20 plus 2 is 22. Denominator stays the same. All right. 22 times 5 is 110. Same here. Okay. What's 110 divided by 5? It gives us 22. And again, 22 plus 22 is 44. So notice on the first strategy, I decomposed the first factor, kept the second factor the same, got 44. Now I decomposed the first factor. I kept the first factor the same, and I decompose the second factor, and I still get 44. So no matter which way you do it when you use distributive property, you can still get the correct answer, 44. Let's try another one. All right, another one would be, let's say, 26 times 2 1/2. All right, just like before, we can keep the first factor and decompose the second factor. So I'll do 2. I keep the first factor. Notice I kept the first factor and decomposed the second factor. You can always check your work. 2 plus 1/2 still give me 2 1/2, so I didn't mess with the value of the number. All right, 26 times 2. 2 times 6 is 12. Put my 2, regroup my 1. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. All right, so 26 times 2 is 52. All right, we can also multiply 26 times 1/2. Well, 26 times 1 is 26, and 1 times 2, when I multiply denominators, give me 2. So 26 halves is equivalent to 13. And all I have to do is add the partial products. 52 plus 13 is 65. So using the distributive property, I know that 26 times 2 1/2 equals 65. Now, what if a student decomposes the first factor and keeps the second factor? Well, they still get 65. So what if a student keeps the second factor and they want to decompose the first factor? Well, any two numbers that give you 26 will work, okay? I can do 20 plus 6. So I'll let my students who is holding the camera tell me what two numbers he wants to use. What two numbers you want to use?
26.
Okay, let's do 20 and 6. We decomposed the first factor, kept the second factor the same. So we have 20 times 2 and 1/2 and 6 times 2 and 1/2. Again, let's change the mixed number to an improper fraction. So you got 2 times 2, which is 4, and 4 plus 1 is 5. All right, so 20 times 5 is 100, and 1 times 2 is 2. So 100 halves equals, 100 halves equals 50. So I'll put 50 here. All right. Remember, change the mixed number to an improper fraction. Makes it easier to multiply. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 plus 1 is 5. Denominator stays the same. 6 times 5 is 30. 1 times 2 is 2. And 30 halves equals 15. And all we have to do is to add our partial products. 50 plus 15 is 65. Notice, no matter which way or which factor we decompose, we still got the same answer, 65. All right, I hope that helps.